Sorry, I'm the item number. We're just waiting for. We're just waiting for one of our panelists to join us. So I thought we could do a town hall. Firstly, yesterday I was at the Indian Digital Media Awards (IDMA) at the ITC Parel, and I think we all need to put our hands together and applaud all the winners. Um Yeah, we put up a good show. Unfortunately, we didn't win Agency of the Year. It went to an agency called IBS, which frankly I heard of only yesterday, sitting in the audience. But Maxis did very well. Got a lot of medals, got lots of golds and silvers. Yeah, it's a great show. Mindshare did well. Mindshare picked up a few medals as well. Mediacom was also, I think, probably got, at least they were nominated in quite a few places. But yeah, all in all, actually it was, I've never been into an awards function where there were 63 categories. So there were just too many categories and so lots of nominations and lots of winners and all that. But it was good fun. I think a lot of good work is happening in our industry, generally in digital. I've been noticing over the last couple of years, quality of entries, whether at MVs or Goa Fest or what I saw yesterday is really very good. So I hope all of you remember, most of you or some of you would have been in Goa for the New Me conference. So I hope you haven't forgotten what's priority number one for the organization. Any guesses? Yeah, so first 4-5 months, I think we've done pretty well, but I think we can do much better. I'm talking business now, I'm talking numbers. I think we could, I think, step on the gas a little bit. We have just another 6 months to go. And every day when I walk into my room, I just look at budget versus actual and just one number. And you know, even when I'm leaving, going home in the evening, that's the only number I look at. And I think there's still a huge gap. So I just hope with sessions like these and you know, you get a lot more inspired to talk digital, walk digital, like that Amitabh Bachchan dialogue, you know, and do everything else digital and help us meet our numbers. I think we are lagging behind even as a market across APAC. I shouldn't say this if our clients are inside, but we really need to step on the gas. Okay, and I also spent time with Sanjana and Gaurav this morning reviewing the training calendar, Aspire. So you will shortly be hearing from them a few new things, additional things we're planning to do in digital, in the, you know, especially training in digital. We also have a partnership going with Google. I don't know if all of you know this, but Group M and Google have tied up to form a very unique partnership, which is the first of its kind in the world actually. There's no other market where Google is tied up with an agency. So we've called this the Group M Google 10X partnership. Punita is here inside the room. She's going to be out in the panel discussion. So during the discussion, I will, you know, get her to talk a little bit more about this. But we have a pretty unique partnership which we've worked out with Google. We are going to be doing a lot of things together to grow the market basically, because both of us are leader brands. Right from a lot of joint researches, joint studies, you know, coming up with maybe a digital ADX, which is not there in this country. You know, plus lots of workshops for clients. I keep meeting clients and a lot of them keep saying, can you help us, can you help brand managers, marketing managers learn digital? So I think the Google 10X partnership will also help on that front. So that's the other big highlight to report. What else? Any questions? Let's treat this as a town hall. Anything else anyone wants to know? Any other major developments? We're doing extremely well on the trading front. So I think that's very good news. We are ahead of targets. Everyone in the region is extremely thrilled with the way we've adopted to the new all the new trading practices. We're doing quite okay on new business. I think we can do a lot better. We should be able to win every pitch we get into. 8 out of 10 or 7 out of 10 is not good enough. So I hope we'll soon start winning 10 on 10. And I think with that, we should start the panel discussion because I've run out of stuff to talk to you about.
So we are ready to start with the panel discussion. And as you all know, the topic for today's panel discussion is the 10+2 regulation. Is it a catalyst for multi-screen planning? And to talk more about that, I've got a prestigious panel sitting here, right? So a round of applause for the panel, please. I'm going to introduce the panelists to you. So please welcome Punita first up. So Punita's joined Google India a year ago, and she heads the agency relations practice with Google India. Punita's been with Madison for many, many years before joining Google India. And in fact, she is an example of a big convert to digital media after having spent so many years with traditional media. So please welcome Punita once again. Next up is Harpreet. Harpreet is currently the head of marketing for Kellogg's India and South Asia. And before joining Kellogg's, Harpreet has worked with Hindustan Levers for many years. So Mindshare and Harpreet go a really long way. And Mindshare people have told me to tell this for Harpreet that he's a dream chief marketing officer to work with, given his perspective on communication and media. Also, he is known to not shy away from taking any risk when it comes to exploring for his brands. And he is, again, somebody who's extremely digitally savvy and believes in exploring new mediums. So please welcome Harpreet. We will wait for Satyaki to come and we will introduce when he comes in. Next up is Sanjeev. So many of you already know Sanjeev. Sanjeev is our partner on Mashup, which is our strategic partnership on sustained engagement for the social platforms through video content. And Sanjeev also is the founder member for Optimistics Production House, which has really blurred the lines between non-fiction and fiction, and between TV, ad films, and fiction. So please welcome Sanjeev. And I will now hand it over to our moderator for the day, who I don't think needs any introduction, which is CVL Srinivas. So over to Sri.
Thank you, and thanks to all the panelists. Yeah, hi. Okay, so let me start by just explaining the format a bit. I'll set the context by talking a little bit about 10+2. I know most of you know what it is, but I just, just for clarity's sake. After that, we'll get to hear from each of the panelists very, very broadly in terms of what their first off reactions are to 10+2 and whether they really think it's a catalyst for change, a catalyst for multi-screen planning. Post which we will get into a discussion, a few questions and all of that amongst ourselves as a group, and then we'll throw it open to the audience for questions. So that's the format, and we'll try and wrap up in about 45 minutes from now, or maybe even earlier if we run out of steam. Okay, so to set the context for 10+2, well, till recently, the only time one heard 10+2 was if one had a niece or a nephew doing board exams and saying, what am I going to do 10+2 ke baad and stuff like that. Actually, it brought back a lot of horrible memories of my own 10+2. But yeah, 10+2 has acquired a new meaning in our industry today. As you know, I hope most of you know, I hope all of you know that there's going to be a new guideline from October onwards, where all TV channels cannot air more than 10 minutes of advertising, and the other 2 minutes goes for promos. In fact, from July 1st, they have to come down to 14+2. Right now, it's unlimited plus unlimited. From that, it's coming down to 14+2, and eventually it's going to come down to 10+2 from October. So what it really means is we're going to have less inventory to buy on television. As it is, all of us know that even today, with so much of inventory available, we don't get spots for many of our clients. On any given day, I think we miss out at least 5 to 8% of our spots because there's just no quality time available. So just imagine what's going to happen when the time reduces on television. So you're not going to have, so that's one issue. The other issue is obviously the rates are going to go up. So there's going to be inflation, which we as a media agency need to manage for our clients, otherwise we'll get sacked. So those are the two big implications. So given 10+2, which is now there, the big question which all clients are asking us, and we need to ask ourselves, is how are we going to manage this? How are we going to navigate this? What are the options in front of us? The easiest thing to do is to go and just beat up all the channel guys and try and get the rates that you want and the inventory that you want, but that's not possible. So we have to also kind of think out of the box, look at other options, and look at other ways in which we can reach the consumer. Which is why we've come up with this topic, saying that is this the right time for moving from single screen planning, which all of us have done all these years, to multi-screen planning? Because today it's all about screens, it's all about multiple screens. And I've got one in my hand right here. So we're going to hear through this panel as to what their views are, whether they think this is really true, whether it's really going to happen. Before that, I just wanted to, put out a few more data points because it's not just 10+2, but there's lots of other stuff happening in the industry. As many of you know, again, there's a problem between the broadcasters and the company which most of the, everyone loves to hate, which is TAM, on TRP ratings. So there is a lot of flux right now on whether ratings, TRP is, TAM as a system is going to continue or not. There are also, a few other structural changes which we'll be seeing as an industry. So a lot of stuff happening on the TV front generally. But on the flip side, there's a lot of positive news coming as far as digital is concerned, as far as digital consumption is concerned. So I've got some numbers from Tushar this morning. For example, online video viewership in India has gone up 40% in the last 1 year, while television viewership has actually remained static in terms of time consumption. So that's a huge, massive difference. YouTube any day visitors today is about 22 million, while yeah, so that's a pretty high number. Is that number correct? Thereabouts? It's somewhere there. Okay. So that's a pretty solid number. Okay, daily it's about 7 million. Okay, and of course, FMCG advertisers in 2012 increased their digital spend by 34% in this country on an average, but increased their TV spend in single digits, just 1 or 2%. FMCG is a category. So digital spend went up 34% and TV by just 1. So welcome Satyaki. Satyaki heads L'Oreal, another dream client. Good to have dream clients, and we have a 3D printer today so we can make more of you and Harpreet. Yeah. So yeah, I was just setting the context for the discussion, the 10+2. So yeah, so given all of this, obviously it's a huge challenge for us as a media agency in terms of how we're going to manage this, because even today 40-45% of spends go on to television. But at the same time, it's also probably going to throw up a lot of opportunities. So okay, so going back to the topic, 10+2, is this going to lead to multi-screen planning? I mean, are things going to change very drastically? I'll ask each of the panelists to give a very top-line view, and then we'll get into specific questions for each of them. We'll start with you, Punita.
I'll come the last.
Or you want to come the last?
10+2, I think 10+2 is just a strategy created to promote mashup, I think. So at some point of time, it was inevitable that since the consumers moved, brands need to start thinking about this consumer who's on a different platform, and we can see the numbers are increasing. We can see in India 4 billion videos being consumed every month on this platform. So at some level, I think what's going to happen is that with more expensive inventory and maybe limited inventory, it'll be a good time for at least people to think about an alternate plan, and which is what this is all about. The big challenges for us going forward is on television, you could target this consumer. He was, you had a few channels, you had outlets to target him. On digital, he's going to pull the content. There's no way to find him. He has firewalls to hide behind. So it's going to become very, very critical to move over to the consumer side and look at life from his point of view. What's important to him? What is he looking for? What information does he want? And within that context, as a brand, can you play a role in that?
So I think as a consumer, all of us are very happy that 10+2 will happen. Can't watch a movie in the TV, right? So I think from that angle, it's great. From advertisers' point of view, I think, yes, there'll be less inventory, like he said, and there'll be a mad rush to get that inventory. Multi-screen, yes, it'll go up, but will it go up only because of this? I don't think so. I think multi-screen in any case is on its way up and is going to go up whether 10+2 happens or not. Because the 20-somethings who I interview now, I've now interviewed people who are 90 born. Fantastic, actually. to see those CVs. These people were born with internet, so they're going to go towards internet, whether 10+2. I doubt whether they watch and they have any clue whether there's 16 minutes of advertising there or not. From my perspective, I think the ad viewing in any case was dropping dramatically. Even if there were TVRs, and all of you know the fight that I think Srini and all the other business heads on the media side are putting up. Even if there are ratings, I don't think ad viewing is at the same rating. It must be dropping at a dramatic rate between the two programs. So I think multi-screen in any case would go up. 10+2 will force some amount of that, will force some marketers to think differently. I have to be one of them because Punita here has told me a lot in the last 1.5 years. I have not listened to her so much. I agree, I didn't. But I will because I have no choice. And now I've started seeing 90 born CVs. They don't watch TV, come on. So in any case, I think it's an inevitability. Yeah.
Okay, so I think, I think this is a great trigger. So I've actually spent the last close to 7 or 8 years now in the foods business. And I've actually been telling the Mindshare team, when you think food, okay, what you really think is the experience of the food. And ask yourself if TV can really do justice to experience. And I think I can see Shan at the back, and she knows this very well. I've actually been thinking, why is Mindshare always obsessed? Why is the media world obsessed with awareness-based planning, right? Put yourself in the shoe of the consumer and a shopper and a foodie. You actually start thinking of the experience rather than the saliency.